Ezekiel here. This month I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about an issue that gets overlooked a lot, and this issue relates to individuals that are between the ages of 18 and 30. So a lot of times people will think that the estate planning process is for the very wealthy, and normally the 18 to 30-year-old will not have amassed much in assets, so they will be an ignored group in the estate planning world. And it's mainly because not a lot of knowledge is out there about their rights and whatnot. So I wanted to take a minute and talk to the people who have kids that are turning 18 years old or that are over the age of 18. And even those of you that have younger children, I think it's important to watch this video because you'll know what to expect in the future. But if you are preparing to send your 18-year-old or college-age student back to college, you need to consider sending them to college with 3 very important documents that most of the time gets ignored in the shuffle of packing for college, and that is the financial power of attorney, the healthcare power of attorney, and a healthcare authorization. So a lot of times you're packing different things to send your kid off to school with, and you're ignoring the legal aspect of it. So I want you to shift your mindset and think, okay, what do I need to pack for them from a financial and from a legal standpoint to prepare them as a young adult? And I think it's very important to consider these 3 documents. They're relatively cheap to acquire and they're easy to put together, and it's a set of documents that every 18-year-old and up should have in place. It not only provides protection to them, but it provides a peace of mind to their parents as well. So, for example, if you're 18-year-old, if your child has turned 18, they are considered to be a young adult, which means that you have no parental rights anymore, which means that if something were to happen to them and you needed to make a healthcare decision, their doctor would pretty much ignore you. So we put these documents in place to ensure that you have this continued involvement in their life. And it's documents that we put in place with the child. So it's not necessarily your wishes, it is the child's wishes and what they are okay and comfortable with giving you power over. And I want to note that this isn't a matter of your child giving up the power to you. This is a matter of your child is now 18 and has this power going forward as a young adult, and they want to share it with you and also have you be included in on it and give you the power as well so that you can help them if need be. So for example, if your child is studying overseas for a year, and they're in some random country and they don't have access to their bank account and their finances, and they need you to make sure that it's maintained in the US and make sure that you deposit money and control it and do whatever needs to be done with it, you would need a financial power of attorney document. So this document is a good document to have in place because you can go in and do everything that they would have done with this account. So you can help them out from afar. And that's the entire goal of these documents, is that you're involved, but only to a certain limit and only according to their comfort level, whatever they want you to be involved in. So another example, let's say your child is in an auto accident and she's in the hospital, and you go to the hospital and you ask the doctor what happened, what's her condition, what's going on. The doctor will not give you any information. They are protected, the information is protected by HIPAA laws. They will not disclose any of their health information to you. So you will have to wait until you talk to your child to learn about their medical condition, which sometimes may not happen depending on the physical state of your child at the time. They may be incapacitated. So in order to retrieve this information, to get it from the doctor, you need a healthcare authorization. The healthcare authorization will let the doctor know that, hey, this patient is okay with his parent or her parent getting all this information. So that's a very important document to have in place. So the healthcare authorization works in conjunction with a healthcare power of attorney. So you'll be able to get the information you need, and then with your healthcare power of attorney document, you'll be able to help out your incapacitated child. You'll be able to make decisions for them until they come to and they are aware of their surroundings and what's going on with them, and they can make healthcare decisions for themselves. So these are the 2 most important documents that you should have in place, because you want to make sure that your child receives the best medical attention at that moment, and you want to have all the information necessary to make an educated decision for your child. So It's essential that you have these documents in place, and you can see that with just these two examples. Now, everybody needs it, but it's just a matter of the comfort level of the child as far as giving up the right or allowing a parent to come in. A lot of times, a lot of children will, a lot of young adults, I should say, want their parents to have a financial power of attorney to help them out with different accounts. However, they don't want the parent to have access to their grades. So we always put in certain restrictions as far as what they want, what they don't want, and we discuss it, and we go through a plethora of scenarios to come up with a power of attorney document that is right for them. And the same goes for healthcare. Do they want the plug pulled if, God forbid, they're in a vegetative state, for example. So we go through scenarios, we go through possible hypotheticals, and we come up with a plan that's right for them. It allows the parent to have peace of mind that they'll be able to help their child out if need be. And it also gives the young adult a peace of mind knowing that they have a backup plan if something were to happen to them and they couldn't access their bank account to pay the shared rent on an apartment. So it's just a matter of different scenarios to consider. We customize the documents to the individual needs of the young adult, so we can make it effective upon their incapacity. We can make the document effective immediately. It just depends on their comfort level. But if you're packing bags and sending your college-age student back to school or to school for the first time, I recommend you absolutely have to have these 3 documents in place. Make sure they're on your list, make sure you check it off, and make sure you get it done for your kid. It is so important to have these in place. I can't stress enough. If they don't have anything in place and they're a young adult, they're over the age of 18, what's going to happen is you're going to have to go to court and you're going to have to get a court order to be able to access their finances or make healthcare decisions for them. You'll have to be named a conservator of their person, and the court process is going to be a lengthy process, and it's extremely costly. Not to mention, it's going to be public information, so anyone can access it, whether it's in the future or not, in the past, in the present. It's not going to be a good thing to have on your child's record. So I definitely recommend you consider it and you look into it. Feel free to give me a call to talk about the details and to ask me any questions that you might have. Other than that, if you like this video, click on the like button. If you would like to see me address a particular issue in a video or talk about a certain topic, feel free to leave it in the comments below and I will take it into consideration for my next video. Have a great day.